Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, and thank you for clicking on this video. I wanted to speak on three things that I feel are great tips and great things to do in your marriage, which will certainly help you out. It has helped me and my wife's marriage. We have been married for just a little over a year, um, and these are things that we both follow, and it certainly has helped. These are principles that we've also just learned while being together, and that we just see that it just works. We kind of look back at it sometimes and or speak on it, and we're like, oh wow, like I'm grateful that we know this stuff, because it helps out. So starting off with the first one, let's just call these principles. So the first principle: you are both united and are now committed to do what it takes for the success and well-being of your relationship. In other words, it is not just about you. Okay? When you join a marriage, there's two parties coming together to join as one. Husband, wife. And you are now one. So therefore, you should do whatever it takes to take care of that. I know it may seem hard sometimes, we let our egos get in our way. We want to do this. Oh, we think we're right. We think they're wrong. At the end of the day, you both have to just work with each other. Work with each other to make the marriage successful and keep it happy. Because when someone is like being hard-headed and think they know the way and just want to follow their way, you might as well just have stuck to being single, because you have to take account the other person's thought process. They might know something that you don't. Their emotions, just all of these things come into play when being in a marriage. You have to both work with each other. You might be very similar, you might be very different, but you have to make it work. You have to find a space in the middle where you both can be like, okay, this works. Let's keep it this way. Let's keep improving. Let's see what else we could work on, because there's always something to work on. You know, Throughout the years go by, you both change individually, and so you have to adapt to each other. You have to adapt to the changes of life, but do it together. So again, you are both united, are now committed, or should be committed, to do what it takes for the success and well-being of your relationship. Work together. It's like this. I have an example. It's like this, right? Let's say there are two parties. There's a piggy bank in the middle. This party, let's just say left and right, which is probably different for you guys in the video, but we'll say left and right. Left party is inserting $50 weekly. The right party is taking out $25 weekly. You already kind of get the idea, but you see that the goal originally is to fill up the piggy bank, right? That's why you have a piggy bank. You want to fill it up. You want to stuff it up. If one party is putting their effort into this marriage, or other words, the piggy bank, and the other party is just taking, but it's not putting anything back, either the piggy bank will run dry, meaning your marriage is going to fail, or it's never going to reach its potential. So you both have to put in the same amount of effort, and it doesn't mean that you'll both be like in your prime, sort of say. Um, you know, One of you may be down, so it's the other one's responsibility to pick each other up, and vice versa. Again, you have to do whatever it takes. It's not just about you. So work together, make the marriage work, make it happy, make it fun. Um, that's one thing that's like in our marriage. We're always having fun. She's so funny, and we're playing around like we're 10 years old. But we both put the same amount of effort. We help each other. We work with each other. At first, I was very hard-headed as a man. I will admit that. But throughout the time, like, I'm starting to see that, a lot of times I may be wrong. She may be right. Vice versa. But, I was willing to do what it takes. I was willing to say, you know what? All right, let me listen to my wife, And that's the same thought process that we should all have going into marriage. You know what? Let me put myself aside. Let me listen to them because we're in a marriage. I'm assuming that this person wants the best for me. And you can tell, you can see it in the person. And if they do, then listen to that person and work with each other. Again, it's just not about you. It's about both of you. So that's the first one. And the second one, this is a good one. This is something that I myself have definitely learned while being in my marriage, but I'm not going to go into this. I'm just giving you the principles. Protect your marriage from strangers, from friends. Can you guess the third one? No? From family. Protect your marriage from strangers, friends, and family. Yes, that's right. You have to protect your marriage from everybody because that's just the reality of it. I can't explain it. It just works. You have to do it. People will always talk about their bad experience. This is something that my wife loves to say, and it's very true. Have you ever heard someone tell you, "Oh, marriage? Why you gonna get married? You know how stressful marriage is? This, that." They're telling you that because they had a horrible marriage, or maybe not, or maybe they weren't even married. Maybe they just heard of something and decided to go with what people said. People are always going to say the bad experience. Just because something went bad with them does not mean that it's going to happen to you. So just go on with your marriage. And like, it's best when people say stuff like that to you, just cut them off from your life because they're not going to be any helpful in your life. You want people that are going to support you. You want people that are going to tell you, hey, yo, I love the way you guys are, working with each other. Like, I see how you guys work with each other. Oh my, you guys are so beautiful. You guys are a great couple. Oh, bro, what? Don't do that. Like, think about your wife. Oh, think about your husband. People that are gonna want you to succeed in your marriage, not want to see it crumble and fall. And there's a lot of people out there, even the closest people to you, like family, they just want to see you fall. And another thing to keep in mind is what people don't have, they will most likely hate. Okay? That's a big one, especially like in reality with women, women like wives out there, just keep this in mind that your friends may be your biggest hater right now because you're married, you got a ring, you got a house, or you got a house on the way, you got a baby on the way, and they've been with a boyfriend for 10 years. Like, just keep it in mind. You will see the signs out there. You will see it happening right before you. Once you see it, spot it, be careful and take action. um, just keep in mind that people and things out there, the devil, Satan, like, he's at work all the time, and he's like what is it called, like how do they say, a lion out there, a beast, roaring and sneaking through the jungle, just looking and preying on victims, on people that are in the lowest. So don't let all these people, all these things come into your marriage. It's best that you keep people out of it instead of letting people in. Because when people are in, they feel like they can have a say, and they feel like this and feel like that. And if you let people in your marriage, you're probably letting them in your head. And now they're going to put some thoughts in your head. They're going to make you say something. They're going to see whatever it is. Just protect your marriage. All right? What people don't have, they will most likely hate. And if you have a marriage, like I said, work together, keep it happy, keep it strong, keep it blessed. Pray with each other, pray together, and your marriage is gonna be just fine. But protect it from strangers, friends, and also family. Family is a big one, honestly. It's something that I've learned through my marriage, but I've protected it. And the people that do not need to be in my life because they do not respect my marriage or your marriage or whatever it is, you need to keep them away. So that was the second one. Protect your marriage from strangers, friends, and family. And the third one, which I'm sure you have heard of this before, but this one is like a very big one as well. The second one and this third one, which is never go to sleep angry or hold grudges. I can't remember a time when me and my wife went to sleep angry. We always fixed whatever it was. We fixed it right there. Not like right there, like, maybe like a hour or two, whatever it is. I don't know, whatever passed, but we never went a long periods of time being angry at each other. Um, and a good point for this is like, leave the little stuff as they are. Little. Don't make something little into something big because you want to have an ego and you want to hold on to this and you want to say, no, you're wrong and I'm right and whatever. And you want to fight. Like, at the end of the day, your marriage is up here. Anything that happens down here, like, it's just small. If they're not cheating on you or beating on you, it could happen, or anything grave like that, like, just find a way to work on it. If they're disrespecting you, that's a big one. Like, you should not be being disrespected in your marriage. But if it's something like small, like, find a way to work on it, and you have to work on it together. But you should already have seen these signs if they're really bad signs or whatever before your marriage, because you don't want to get into a marriage and then you find out that this person is a piece of brown stuff and you just don't want to get there, because if you eventually have to like break the marriage, like, that's very bad. And the Bible says we should not divorce, only accept if the person cheats on you or has passed away. Besides that, like, and just the stuff that I hear about going through a divorce, this is horrible. It always ends up bad. I've seen it myself for my own eyes. But, just leave the little stuff as they are, little, and work together. Don't hold a grudge. It's not worth it at the end of the day. Put your feelings and your pride aside and just come together and say, you know what? Even if you were right, it's not that it should be right or wrong, but it should just be like, okay, you know what? Let's just forget about this. Let's strive to do better, but let's forget about this and let's unite once again. Let's hug each other and hold each other and remember what this is all about, what this unitement, what this commitment was all about, because of love, because we wanted to be together. And since you're together, you shouldn't let any little stuff get in the way of that. You should remember that one priority, which is the well-being and success of your marriage. So those were the three things. Three things that I've learned from marriage. They have worked, they keep on working, and we keep applying this in our marriage. And of course, there's other stuff, but for the moment, like, what came to my mind was these three things. So if you're not doing this, so watch this video with your spouse and make it work. Look at each other right now, look into each other's eyes, and just make that commitment to to take care of each other. So that was it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please like, please subscribe. Comment what you think. What's the best principle? What you think you may be using right now, if you didn't know it. But just support your boy, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.